Today the topic what we are going to see is block cyber modes of operation. Already we have discussed about block cyber. Block cyber which is used to divide the original message into a number of blocks. The block size is a fixed size. It is based on the technique what we are using for converting the plain text into cyber text. There are 5 types of modes of operations which is used in the block cyber. One is electronic code book, simply known as ECB. The second one is cyber blockchaining. Third one is cyber feedback. Fourth one is output feedback. The fifth mode of operation is counter mode. So now we are going to see one by one in detail. The first mode is electronic code book mode. During the encryption process, the plain text is divided into a number of blocks, that is P1, P2, etc. Pn. Each block is individually given to the encryption process. During the encryption process, the plain text is combined with the key stream and produce the cyber text C1. Like that, the same process is continuously doing in the next block until it produces the cyber text N, Cn. The same procedure is repeated in the decryption also. In decryption, input is taken as the cyber text and it produces the output as the plain text. The same key stream is used because block cyber is the symmetric cryptography. This is the first mode. First mode is electronic code book mode. Electronic code book mode is a simple block cyber technique which take the plain text and joined with the key stream to produce the cyber text. Is it clear? Yes. The second one is cyber blockchaining mode. Like a chain, the output of the first encryption, that is first cyber text, is given as an input to the second plain text. So for the first process, it takes the initialization vector. It combined with the plain text. So P1 is combined with the initialization vector. Doing the XOR operation, the output of the XOR operation is then encrypted using the key. It produces the cybertext C1. C1 is taken to the input to the second block, that is it is joined with the P2 by performing the XOR operation. The output of the XOR operation is combined with the key to produce the cybertext C2. Like that, all the output of the previous block, previous cybertext is given the input to the next block. That is why it is called as the cyber block chaining. In decryption, we are taking the C1 as the input and first we perform the decryption algorithm. The output of the decryption is XORed with the initialization for the first time and it produces P1. The same C1 is given the input to the second process, second XOR. The C2 is given to the third XOR. Like that, the same process is continuous till the last block. So finally it produces the Pn as the output. So that is why this mode of operation is called as the cyber block chaining. The first block is combined with the second block is joined with the third block till the last block. Next, third mode. Third mode is cyber feedback mode. Sometimes the message, what we are taking as original message, plain text, is not up to the size of block. That is, it is less than the 64-bit or 128-bit. In that cases, we are doing the encryption or decryption process based on the bit level. That is why we are going for the stream cyber, that is, the plain text is divided into bits. So for that feedback, we are creating another mode is called as the cyber feedback mode. So it is based on the feedback taken from the previous two mode. Here the plain text is divided into 2 bits. One is selection bits, another one is discard bit. Selection bit is taken for the encryption process and discard bits is given to the next block until the same procedure will be repeated until it reaches the last bit of the plain text. Is it clear? In reverse, in the decryption process, initialization vector and the key doing for the encryption. In this case, in this modes of operations, In decryption also the same encryption algorithm is going to use, because it is work on the bits only. It does not reverse the algorithm. It just reverse the steps in the encryption process. So that is why in both the cases, for doing encryption and the decryption, it uses the same encryption algorithm. Okay. Next, fourth mode is output feedback mode. Output feedback mode. Okay. Here, instead of chaining the cybertext to the next block, the intermediate output is given to the next block. Only that is the difference. Cyber feedback mode, the cybertext is given to the next block, next encryption steps. Here, the intermediate output. The intermediate output is the output which is received from by applying the encryption algorithm from initialization vector and the key string. This output is given to the next block. O2 is given to the next block. Then ON minus is given to the last block. So that only the difference between cyber feedback mode and the output feedback mode. Okay. The last mode is counter mode. Okay. In counter mode, instead of taking the specific bit, that is initialization vector or the plain text, a counter is a set of a sequence of numbers. It is named as the counter that will be taken as an input for performing the encryption. In encryption, see counter 1 is taken as an input. It is combined with the key string by performing the encryption algorithm. The output of the encryption is XORed with the plain text. Then it produces the C1. C1 is the counter text, cyber text. Okay. There is no chaining. Individually all the blocks will be performed the encryption algorithm. After performing the first block, the counter is increased by 1. First counter 1, the next one is counter 2, up to number of blocks counter n will be produced. Okay. Just stop. See, in encryption, the counter value is encrypted using a key. So instead of taking a plain text as the input like another 4 modes, it takes a counter as an input. And joined with the key to produce the intermediate result. That value is XORed with the plain text to produce the cybertext. Okay. The same in decryption also. The same counter only we are using. Here also we are using the same encryption algorithm. In decryption process also we are using the encryption algorithm. Is it clear? So these are the 5 modes of operations when we are performing a block cyber. Is it clear?